everybody's apiary. And from the intro there, you can tell that today's a pretty big day. I'll be putting out pollen patties on all my hives. I'll give them probably about a half a pound for the smaller ones and about a 1 pound patty. I'll see if they'll take that down for the larger ones. I should only have to do that one time. I believe that the maple should be getting ready to bloom here in probably a week or two. We have warmer weather coming starting on tomorrow. Today is about going to be a high about around 50. So good day to get into the bees. I have to work this week, so I won't be able to get into them tomorrow. But I need to go ahead and check the weights on these colonies. We had a stretch of another cold front that came through with 15-degree weather. So it'll be interesting to see if I lost some of those smaller nukes and some of the weaker sized clusters in the hives. So yeah, come along today and we're going to pop some lids and do some feeding. So I'm also going to install my apivar strips today. And I know there's been a lot of talk about amitraz and mite resistant towards the amitraz, which is in the apivar strips. But I already purchased those strips and I'm not wasting $250 in treatment. So I'm going to bite the bullet, go ahead and put them in the hives. It's a 6-week treatment. Whether it works or not, I'm not just throwing them away. Next year I'll do Formic Pro in the springtime instead of the apivar and see how that works. I've talked to some people that use that and it seems to work good for them. So, and on top of my summer treatment, which I use ApiGuard, which is the thymol release. So yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching, and if you can hit that like and subscribe button, and let's go have some fun and get into some bees. Well, this is good news. I just got to the first bee yard and looks like the bees are actually bringing in some good pollen if I can get some video of them. That one's covered in it. Kind of hard to shoot this with the sun glaring. But yeah, they're all active over here. All these hives are flying and looking good. So like I said, I'm gonna pop these tops, pop the lids, and put my apivar strips in. And it looks like they're bringing in, this is the most pollen I've seen them bringing in so far. And with the weather warming up, I'm gonna go ahead and give them a pollen patty and this AP23 fondant because some of these were kind of light. All right, so like I said, do you have meat in it? There you go. You're facing at the box. I said you were looking at the box.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so like I said, today I'm going around and giving some protein with the pollen and the AP23 fondant. We had a real bad cold spell. This hive is fairly heavy, but most of the hives that I have, the singles were getting kind of light. I did come through here and re-up them on their on AP23. They have plenty of sugar left too. So I'm just checking and make sure that really the bees survived the cold spell we had. They still have a little bit left over here of the fondant. I like to use the apivar strips with a nail. This small cluster here, I'm only going to give them one strip right here in the center. Like I said, I don't really know if this amitraz stuff even works anymore from the studies that we're all seeing. So, but I'm not going to waste it. And then I'm going to give them some pollen and some more fondant, and they should be good really for a couple weeks with this natural pollen coming in, and then they got extra sugar here, so I won't have to mess with these hives for quite some time and not have to worry about them starving. It doesn't look like we have much super cold weather coming back coming here in Maryland. Obviously it'll get pretty cold in the at nighttime and all. But yeah, just going around and checking them. This one didn't have a shim. I mean, didn't have a
Screen board.
the screen. I'm just gonna take some of this sugar off. It looks like they got plenty of food left, so I'm just going to give them just a little bit of pollen sub right here. It's a smaller cluster. I'm not going to mess with giving them any more fondant. They got enough stuff on there. I don't really like putting that sugar straight down on the frames because it drops down in the cells and everything. Oh, I did forget. I gotta go in here and add this strip. Oh. I'll just stick this strip right down in here. There we go. Again, I'm only putting one strip on these weaker ones. Yeah, I really think once we get this pollen rolling in here, these hives will really start to take off. And I'm real excited about this yard over here too, because these are all queens that I grafted from. I'm sorry, that I installed these cells. So I'm real curious on how these fresh queens are going to do during the nectar flow. I've never really worried about my queens till this past year. I started requeening most of my colonies. Let's stick the apivar strip in here. Let me crack this and see if we got any in the bottom or if they all moved up top. So we got warm weather coming next couple days. Yeah, they're down in there, and see, they're working kind of light. I'll manipulate these frames around once we get warmer. Push all the brood to the bottom. Actually, that'll probably be when I go through and just put these into a 10 frame. Stick that right on top. All right, put those bars there. That'll be good. Give them a half a patty. What are you doing? I gotta teach you how to use that thing. So now, we're at one of the nukes now. God dang it.
Go ahead, start over.
You can't cuss. All right, so now we're at one of the nukes here, teaching my dad how to film. And this is really surprising because with all that cold weather and everybody saying that a 5-frame nuke can't make it through the winter. Well, I mean, here's proof right here. They still have honey on this side and have good weight to them. And this hive here will be, I mean, this will produce honey this year easily. So let's give them some of this. So give them some of the good stuff. And they still got some sugar up top. Good to go. I'm gonna check this other 5-framer here next to them. See how they did. And again, I forgot to put the apivar strip in. So let me get that on. Let's see this other 5-framer, see what it looks like. Yep, I hear buzzing. So definitely not as strong as that other one, but I mean, you can see here they still have a decent sized cluster right here. I'll give them some fondant and just a little bit of pollen because I saw some hive beetles in there. And most of the time these smaller nukes like this, they can't really take care of hive beetles. So just put this fondant, this pollen right here. And I don't really like giving small colonies like this a treatment, but why not? They say it don't work anyways. See, that one looks good too. And again, that'll produce us honey. We can make splits off of this. It's got a fresh queen, and I put it through the winter week as it is, and they're looking good. This was that one yard that I had marked on all the boxes that there were some really light hives in here. They're all flying good today. But again, I did go ahead and they already had one round of the AP23 fondant, and I'm gonna go through here today and put another 1 pound on them. Like this one had light on it. Yep, extremely light. So go through here, put some of that fondant patty on here. Let me check and see what one of these look like. Yeah, they're big clusters. And yeah, hopefully they make it through. With this weather breaking, I should be able to keep them alive until we get some more food. Again, this one looks good. They didn't even eat much of that patty, but I'll scoot it closer to the cluster. They didn't really want to break that cluster, but we got warm weather coming, so they'll creep over to them. Yeah, and the next part of this video, when I go over to my resource yard, I'm gonna go through one of those 8-frame. I'm actually gonna pull some frames up and see what the brood looks like. So stick around for that. You getting the peacock? All right, so like I said in the other clip, I was gonna go through one of these hives here and just kind of see if there's any brood and just see the overall health of the colony. I'm not doing this to every one. I'm only doing this to one hive, and I know a lot of the hives over here are a lot stronger than my out yards, and a lot of these are doubles. So if you want to come in here and look at the top here, I do have my smoker lit, just because I want to dig down in there and get to wherever the brood is, I guess. But these bees are booming right now. Let me feel this. They got a good amount of weight on them. If you're in Maryland and watching this video, or the surrounding states, what I've noticed a lot of the hives, I actually had a dead out at the other yard, and I'll show you guys the frames. She had 3 frames of brood, pretty good pattern too, and the colony starved out even with me giving them supplement and everything else. And that's the disadvantage of running singles. They really have to have a lot of food in there to get them through, especially when we go hot, cold. So yeah, this hive's pretty packed out. I can imagine there is definitely some brood in here. This is actually pretty light. So yeah, I'm gonna break this propolis seal and get down in here and see what this hive has. So I'm going through this hive here, and obviously it's pretty strong in numbers. What I'm seeing, what it looks like is that there's patches of brood that's capped over, and then all the cells around it are eggs. I'm not seeing much larva stages. So what I think that cold snap slowed them down, and they're just starting to pick back up. Let me check one more frame. Bees are getting kind of antsy on me. Really not supposed to do this time of year, but I was just curious. But I did see eggs. See if I can see any brood. Yeah, just a whole lot of eggs. They look healthy though, and she's really expanding that brood nest already. So we're, with this natural pollen we have coming in, these bees are gonna take off. And here she is right here, hiding up in the corner, and she's kind of like a darker queen when she comes out of here. There she is. Not really swolled up yet, but she's kind of got like that chocolate butt on her with the black stripes. Kind of like the brown bees I've been really trying to breed for, the black or brown queens. So I'm gonna go ahead and get her back in there. She's laying and doing good. And close this hive up and give them some pollen sub. And call that a day. I appreciate everybody for watching. And pretty soon, everyone, at least in my area, should be getting into their bees, especially from kind of testing this hive out here, and noticing that they're starting to pick back up. We got natural pollen coming in now. I mean, pretty soon I'll be equalizing, and a lot of these colonies over here, they'll definitely have to be split. They're just too strong to go in. Yeah, I'm gonna put the pollen right here on top of the brood.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. I wanted to show you guys this deadout that I found today. It was the only deadout I had, and it was from starvation. You can see here all the bee butts sticking out. All the frames were completely empty. They actually had, as you can see here, a couple frames of brood, fully capped brood, and there was a whole bunch of larvae at the bottom board, and they were eating them, cannibalizing their own larvae and brood to try to stay alive. It just simple beekeeping error. But the way I look at this is, you know, I can use these frames. They're not too old, and the comb is nice. I can use these frames when I'm making my splits and equalizing all my hives to give a fresh queen room to lay. All these bees here, they're hard to knock out, but a strong colony, they'll drag this dead out, take them right to the entrance and kick them out, and that'll give that queen plenty of fresh comb to lay in and continue. So thank you guys. Until next time.